Hello and welcome to another episode of MOPO, where we discuss matters of personal opinion.
It's all MOPO.
And today we're going to be doing a review of Infinity War. Right?
Yeah, like a reaction review. The Marvel, movie Infinity War in the MCU. It's supposed to be the culmination of what they've been building towards since the first, Iron Man movie, or really, I guess, the Incredible Hulk movie.
Yeah, I guess technically. Now, but is this a part one?
Well, originally, the title was Infinity War Part 1, but then they cut that Part 1 out because the next movie is going to be
Avengers 4,
right?
Which is going to have to be the reaction of what's going on.
But it's going to be so much its own movie that it's not really going to be considered to be like a part 2. Infinity War was kind of like its own movie.
I didn't know if maybe they were going to have a part 2 a little bit later, like almost kind of like this is part 1 and then 2 movies and then like a Christian.
Yeah, nothing like that. I don't think they would do that. That's not the plan, at least. The next movie is going to be the next movie. It's just not going to be called Infinity War Part 2.
Okay. Alright. But, so this is Infinity War. Thanos is after all of the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Infinity Gems.
Yeah, we've seen all these except for, I believe, the Soul Gem throughout, these MCU movies.
Yeah.
So, and if you've seen at the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie and such, and, the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie, you should know they've been kind of leading up towards this.
Yeah, with, the Collector having, I think it was one of them.
The Collector has one, Nova Corp has one,
right.
The Vision has one.
In his head.
And Loki has one.
That's right, the Tesseract. It's inside the Tesseract.
And then there's 5, right?
Yeah.
Or is there 6?
There's 6. And then Strange has one.
Oh yeah, Doctor Strange has one, and then the Soul Gem is nobody really knows. Gamora knows where it is, but nobody else really knows where it is.
Yeah, and we actually have, Thanos tortures the sister in order to get...
Yeah, Nebula.
She tortures
to find
Nebula.
out that information.
Which is weird, because it got her all strung up in this, this kind of, blown out diagram type style of her body. Parts are
separated
super
all of
extended.
her mechanical parts from her, fleshy parts or whatever. And if you know, once again, from the prior movies, every time she fought and was defeated by her sister Gamora, one of her body parts was replaced by a mechanical part. So she had a lot of them.
Yeah, she lost a lot. So once... So to stop the torture of her sister, Gamora gives it up, especially when she's like, "Oh, I don't know where it is," and it's like, "Oh, here's a video hologram clip of you saying you know where it is."
Exactly the opposite. But the opening scene is pretty badass, where Thanos they roll up on Thor and Loki and everybody from the
it's
end
basically
of
the ship
Thor Ragnarok.
Exactly, basically the Pilgrim ship, and that thing is just torn apart. There's bodies flying through space, and you have Thanos and his crew basically just going through the remnants of it. They're gonna kill Thor.
Well, they know that they have the stone, or whatever. It's in the Tesseract or whatever, and you got Thor all hemmed up. You got Loki all hemmed up. They try to send the Hulk after him, and he roughs the Hulk up real easy,
effortlessly. I'm very confused about, because is it because he had the Power Stone?
Yeah, he already had the one stone.
But I mean, was he using it when he fought the Hulk?
Probably.
Or was that just how strong Thanos is?
I don't think Thanos is that strong without the help of that Infinity Stone.
No?
No,
Okay.
not
it
strong enough
was,
to whoop the Hulk like that.
Because even when the Hulk was hitting him, he was taking it like a champ. I don't know. That was wild, though. Yeah, and just bodies him and just throws him down, and he's down and out. Like
he's so fucked up in the game that throughout the movie
he doesn't want to come out.
Like Banner will be like, trying to get him out. He'll literally be like, "No,
yeah,
I don't want to get my ass beat again."
It's on you.
Right.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense because it's like, I guess he's counting on Banner's brains.
He's like, "Look, I can't." I think he knows he's not ready yet. Maybe Hulk's making a little plan in there or whatever or something. But he knows nothing has changed except for Thanos has gotten stronger since the last time they fought. And, he's not that stupid, is my thinking.
Fair enough.
I really don't think he's, scared.
Oh, you don't think he's scared?
I don't think it's like, oh, I'm just being a bitch about it. I just think he knows he's not ready yet.
Okay. Because I think a lot of people would say that he's scared.
It would certainly present itself to be that way, no doubt.
But you have the Guardians of the Galaxy. First you have Heinsgard sends the Hulk back to Earth.
Basically, Dr. Strange.
Yeah, basically straight to his house, through the roof, in fact, and into the stairs, which is kind of funny because it reminded me of the Munsters, where the dragon is under the stairs, right? And it's the Hulk under the stairs, but I don't know. He's the monster. And basically to warn everybody on Earth that Thanos is coming. Meanwhile, you have Loki getting strangled to death in front of Thor, to the point where the eyes are popping out of his head practically. At the end, it's like the one eye, either the blood vessel went or the eye popped out.
He got choked the cluck out.
But yeah, so he's done. Thor doesn't get away. Technically, Thor is left there to die.
Yeah.
The whole place is destroyed as Thanos leaves through a portal. And later on, the Guardians of the Galaxy come upon him as a floating body in space.
Right.
And Rocket's he gets stuck on the window, and Rocket's like, "Yo, use the windshield wipers or something. This is gross and freaking me out." And then he comes alive. Either they just got there, or how long
the
Thor
timing,
hold his breath.
Yeah, it
had to have been perfect timing.
Thor's a god, man. They don't might not need to breathe.
To us,
he might not need oxygen. He's a god.
Oh, that's crazy. But yeah, so they bring him aboard, and Thor is on a mission to go to where his hammer was made and get a new weapon, because he knows he needs a new weapon to fight Thanos.
Right.
And Rocket is willing to go with him, and Star-Lord makes fun of him, going, "I know the only reason you're going is because you're afraid of Thanos." And he's like, "Ah." And then they go to try to find Thanos.
Right. They go to the Collector. But it's funny because I actually really like Thor in this movie a lot. I think he's one of the stars of the movie in my eyes. But he calls the raccoon
he's
a
calling
rabbit.
The whole movie. He's calling him a rabbit.
He has more respect for Rocket Raccoon than he does for any of the other people on the ship or whatever. And that little relationship back and forth there was pretty cool.
That was cracking me up. And just the fact that Rocket never once corrected him.
Yeah.
Never once. And I'm just like, if it was anybody else on that ship, he'd be basically beating him up for calling him a rabbit.
Right. And so Gamora, Star-Lord, Drax, and Mantis go to get Thanos. They're going to go try to get to the Collector before Thanos gets there. And Groot, Rocket Raccoon, and Thor go to see.
And from the gate when they get there, it's way too quiet.
You know what, man?
Yeah, they go to, what is it? It's nowhere. The dead celestial god. They're basically inside of his head.
Yeah, like, he uses the reality stone.
Well, I just figured Thanos killed everybody.
Well,
but it ended up
they played me. No, I really thought, like, they walked up on the scene happening.
Well, yeah, like, as far as everything being quiet, I mean, I thought Thanos, I was like, Thanos is there, and he's already killed everybody, and I actually thought Thanos was gone. So I was surprised to see that Thanos was still there messing with the Collector. But like you said, it was all an illusion, and yeah, he was kind of there messing with the Collector, but not really, because he already had the stone.
Right. He was
just luring him out.
He probably killed that dude or whatever.
Well, no, I think he was still alive in one of his...
Yeah, but it wasn't necessarily moving.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that.
But it was just a ruse to get Gamora, because he knew he needed to get Gamora to get the Soul Stone.
Okay.
And that's where he did some crazy stuff to Drax and Mantis with the Reality Stone, and basically got away.
Oh yeah, he turned Mantis into like a slinky, and he turned Drax and made him fall apart like he was cut rocks. It was weird.
And he kind of like used Star-Lord's feelings for Gamora against him, and was able to kidnap her. What
a jerk.
And
I was just like, yeah, because Spider-Man is there. Well, we like, that's what we're talking about, right? Like, we missed a lot, because Iron Man is there.
No. This is still at the Collector's, and they're sitting there when they meet up with Spider-Man and all them. That's after he takes Gamora.
I was mixing those two up. But yeah, like, so he gets away, he grabs Gamora, and then that's when they go to the part we were talking about earlier, where her sister is all like strung up and everything.
That's on the ship. But also, while all this is going on, there's also the Earth, where the Hulk he's warning people, but the children of Thanos attack the Earth, because basically once he's done on the ship with Thor and Loki, he sends his children out to get the rest of the stones, knowing he was going to go get the Collector Stone and the Soul Stone.
Well, yeah, because there's so many stones on Earth.
There's 4 stones on Earth.
It's like, go get them.
Yeah.
I'll be back kind of thing.
And so in doing so, they go to New York City to try to attack Doctor Strange. They go to Glasgow. For some reason, Vision and Scarlet Witch are there. And yeah, they try to get these stones, and Iron Man is there, to help defend them, and Spider-Man is there in New York. And over in Glasgow, what I call the Secret Avengers, Captain America, and all the Avengers who are on the run from the Initiative, help Vision and Scarlet Witch fend off their, children of Thanos. And that leads them to go to Wakanda, because they're trying to separate the gem that Vision has. I just can't think of whichever one it is.
Isn't it the Mind Stone? The Mind's gem?
I guess. I can't remember.
But so they go because they're like super technological.
Yeah, and they might be able to separate that, which we'll get back to, but it leads
and leave Vision alive.
Yeah.
Basically without killing him. But apparently everything is hardwired into the gem, and it's funny because the scientist girl, woman from Wakanda, she's making fun of him like, you could have easily done it without all this nonsense going to the gem.
And that kind of leads us to the Black Panther and Winter Soldier.
Also White Wolf, right? Possible, because that's what they call Bucky.
Yeah, but White Wolf isn't. That's just what they call Bucky.
I thought there was like a Marvel character called.
There was, but obviously not in this movie now, because they'd already referenced White Wolf to be.
I thought they were going to try to turn him into it or something. Obviously not in this movie, but.
I think that was just a cool little throw out to the name.
Oh, okay.
That group, which sets them up for a major battle.
Huge, like these, up. Like 3 giant things come flying down.
I think that happens a little bit later on, so we'll go back to
where Thor and Rocket go to.
Yeah,
which is my favorite part of the movie, by the way.
Well, my favorite part of the movie is that battle in Wakanda, man. Especially at the end, like, whoo. But like I said, we'll get to that.
That battle was a lot of fun. Like a lot was going on. That was the Infinity War kind of.
Well, no, because
Earth.
you got the battle up there with Thanos and. Well, yeah, true enough. But basically, there's the Thor and Rocket and Groot. There's Gamora. There's now the Guardians of the Galaxy and Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man. Because basically, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and Spider-Man follow the children of Thanos back to Thanos. Because they're like, well, he's not going to be expecting us to fight him head on. Or we can either wait for him, or, we go to him, and they decide to go to him. And once Gamora is kidnapped, the Guardians of the Galaxy are like, well, we got to go to Titan, where Thanos lives or whatever.
Yeah, it's like his original home planet. I don't know, does he really still live there? It's like all in ruins.
Right, but I guess he chills there at least.
I guess now that he's got the Reality Stone, he can.
Thanos, during all this, takes Gamora. She actually tells him where, the stone is. And they go and find it, and they find a red skull.
Yeah, what was the there. Red? Is that like he's literally there, or
I guess that's where he got transported? At the end of Captain America.
That's so wild, though.
I wonder if it's the same actor, because that would be funny.
It kind of looked like it was.
Well, you can ugly up anybody, man. Like, make him look a certain way.
All right.
But, I don't know. It may have been, may have not been, but I just thought, that would be funny. But what winds up happening is Thanos has to sacrifice Gamora's life to get the stone.
Yeah, it's a soul for a soul for the soul stone, and it has to be someone you love.
Right.
Which is why Gamora didn't think nothing of it, because Thanos turns around and he starts crying, and Gamora just starts laughing in his face like, what are you crying for? Like, you don't love anything. You'll never get the Soul Stone. And then Red Skull's like, oh, those tears aren't for him.
Yeah.
And the tears were for her.
It was pretty telegraphed that he was going to sacrifice Gamora there.
Apparently not to her.
Yeah,
she just stood there.
She was the only stupid one, on that mountainside that day. And
she put up a fight.
And he actually does get that stone, and he goes back to Titan, realizes, hey, you killed my homie or whatever. He's like, but you fucked up because you're waiting here for me. He still did what he had to do. He delivered the stone to me.
No, he didn't at that point. Yeah, Strange still had it.
Yeah, but he brought Strange to him.
I got you.
And what happens is they devise a plan. Basically, Strange goes through this little sketch, and it's like, there's only one out of 14 million ways we're going to beat
this dude. Which is crazy.
And they basically go through that plan, and it's like, oh, the plan is working, but...
Well, you hope.
Star-Lord, he wonders where Gamora is, and Thanos tells him basically he kills her.
This is where Manus is on top of him, putting him in a trance. He's literally on truth serum, for lack of a better phrase. He's doped up. And Spider-Man and Iron Man are both on his one arm, prying this thing out of... prying the gauntlet off of his hand. And Drax is holding his other arm from basically closing or whatever. So they got him pinned down. And all Star-Lord's got to do is keep his composure.
Yeah.
For 10 seconds. Not even. Because they literally have it off of his wrist. It's literally... He literally spreads his fingertips in order to keep the gauntlet from completely coming off his hands after Star-Lord decides to start wailing on his face.
Yeah.
Like,
which
you couldn't wait.
him out of the trance, and he's
then
able to get his shit back.
He just opens his hand, gauntlet
and
stuff.
he fucks everybody up, and he's going to kill Iron Man, but Doctor Strange gives him the time gem. And, you know, he kind of, like, says, well, peace, I'm off to get the rest of them gems.
Yeah, he's like, he don't even care about that.
And,
these are some really good battles, by the way.
Yeah. The movie is awesome. It's just an awesome movie.
I did not at one point
lulls in this movie.
Feel like I was not enjoying myself.
Yeah, there's no slow points.
Like, I'm not going to the bathroom at any point.
There were no slow points in this movie. But he's all like, Doctor Strange's all like, dude, I had to do it. Because it's funny, at the beginning of the movie...
He's like, I'm never giving the stone up. It's your life before the stone.
He's like, I'll sacrifice Spider-Boy or whatever for this stone. And he basically, you know, gives up that stone because he knows it's part of the plan. It's the only way that they're going to be able to make everything right.
Yeah, like they may lose the battle, but they need to in order to win the war.
Which basically leads us...
Can we talk about Thor? And Rocket?
Which leads us to Thor and Raccoon over with...
They're in, like, the Great Forge, right? Which I did not know was housed by a bunch of dwarves. And I was unaware of that.
I didn't catch his name either. The main...
Yeah.
Smith.
A.K.A. Peter Dinklage.
Right, a.k.a. Tyrion Lannister.
A.k.a. the biggest motherfucker on the screen.
He was huge, right?
My God, he was big.
I think that played the shit out of people, too, because a lot of people expect him to play like MODOK or something.
Dude,
like
he's like
small
walking, character. And Thor is right beside him and no bigger than his knee.
Yeah, looks tiny.
Like, it was hilarious. Oh my goodness, it was so good.
Yeah.
And basically they gotta jumpstart this star in order to kickstart the forge.
Right.
So that they can mold this new weapon. And apparently, like, this dude is a genius when it comes to weapons.
He can make any weapon.
He's got molds for all kinds of wild stuff. And one of them is this weapon.
This crazy, like, axe hammer.
Axe hammer, yeah.
That really, in the comic books, is wielded by Beta Ray Bill, who's referenced in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 movie in Kandor, or, you know, Xandar, I think, where the Nova Corp is, in the Nova Corp building, he's one of the statues. But,
I thought that was in Ragnarok, on the...
Was it?
Tournament Tower.
You're right. Maybe I was wrong about that. Either way, one of those two.
But yeah. So, but
I honestly I can't remember the name of the actual weapon.
I want to say Stormbreaker.
It could be Stormbreaker. It sure ain't Oathkeeper, that's for sure. But it's a pretty badass weapon. But
it's just two halves, and then Peter Dinklage is like, "Oh no, I don't have a handle," and then he like runs off, and then Groot is all like, "I am Groot," and then
and he snatches off like a piece of his arm,
wraps his vines around it, and then like fuses it together, and then like you said, lops his own arm off, and then it becomes this like real badass axe hammer.
Right, it is actually legit, man. Like, it was pretty cool.
It was pretty awesome.
Like I said, Thor sacrifices his body to make this forge go off or whatever, and it was a pretty cool scene. We missed it at the beginning. Like, Rocket Raccoon gave him an eyeball because his eyeball was all messed up or whatever. It was pretty funny, man. His eyes all googly or whatever. But I'm like, damn, he's going to lose that eyeball again or whatever, messing with that star.
But I thought it was funny because it's like all these little things that Rocket collects that he doesn't need. Like, what am I going to need to fix this? Like dynamite, yada yada. Oh, and that guy's prosthetic leg. Like, yeah. I'm just wondering whose eyeball this was that he said he needed that he didn't need.
Later on,
and now it worked
when
out.
He sees Winter Soldier, he asks him if he can have his arm.
Yeah, right? Shit. He's like, I'm going to get that arm.
But, they're able to forge it and they make the weapon, and they kind of go.
Now they're off
to Wakanda.
Yeah, they're basically back to Earth.
And basically, what's happening?
The new weapon. It has he goes, Peter Dinklage before they make it. He's like, and it has all this power, and it's even rumored to be able to operate the Bifrost, right? Which is the beam of light they transport with. So that's how they get back to Earth so quick. They literally use the Bifrost, and he just comes down in like some awesome metal music.
Because before Thanos gets back to Earth, after he's fighting with Iron Man and them, and before Thor gets his hammer, the children of Thanos that are left attack Wakanda, and you got all kinds of people there. You got the Secret Avengers, you got Bucky, the Winter Soldier, you got Black Panther and his people, and they're all gonna the army of Thanos is like these like grisly looking like wolf monkey creatures. I don't even know, man, but they're ugly and they're fierce, and there's a lot of them. Yeah. Plus the children of Thanos. And
it was like what you probably saw in like Avengers 2 or something.
Oh no, it was the first Avengers.
The first Avengers.
Yeah. And they're attacking, and they're kind of like getting through or whatever. But that's when Thor comes, and Thor just starts lighting these boys. I'll tell you, I really like Captain America in this movie. And I really like Thor in this movie. Like, they're really kicking a lot of ass. Both of them.
Easily.
They're standing out. But in the middle of all that, they're trying to separate the stone from Vision, and they're trying to get the stone, and it just so happens they can't separate before they got to get Vision out of there, and that's when Thanos comes, and he's just running through everybody, but Scarlet Witch.
Banner is in the Hulkbuster.
Right.
As the Hulk. Kind of.
Well, he's not the Hulk.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. He is Bruce Banner in the Hulkbuster as the Hulk. like it's like when Robert Downey Jr. played the black guy in Tropic Thunder. It's like, I'm a dude disguised as a dude playing another dude.
It was cool to see him like run around in that armor. It was cool to see like the little interaction between Scarlet. Well, the Black Widow and Bruce Banner. He came back there like, hey.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
We're gonna bone later or whatever.
You think?
Probably, but in my world.
Yeah, well, in your world,
they'd be boning later. But so like Thanos is like running through these people. He's going after Vision, but Scarlet Witch like holds him back.
Yeah, she is way more powerful. Man. Than I would have imagined.
It's up to her to destroy the stone that Vision has. And she's holding this dude back. She actually does it. But
I was like, yo. But at the same time, I'm like right after I think it, I'm like, but wait. Thanos is stupid if he don't use that time stone.
Right.
And then it was just like, and then everything rewound, and I was, oh man.
Damn.
That sucks.
And he got that shit, and then Thor is like roughing
and Vision just crumbles and turns straight to gray.
Yeah, well, because he snatches like his whole frontal lobe or whatever off. Like, damn.
It's like, I'll take crunch this.
Right. You could have just took the stone on him. He didn't have to take his whole half his brain out or
his
whatever.
His fingers are so big, though.
Yeah, but his fingers are so tiny, too. Like, it was funny. He had, like,
short baby nub fingers, but they were, like, huge, like the size of sausages.
Yeah, like little baby sausage fingers or whatever. That shit was cracking me up the whole movie. And yeah, he takes the stone and, Thor gets at him, but it was too late. He didn't, like, what Thor should have done was chopped off his hand or something. What did he throw it? And it, like, landed in his chest, and then he, like, comes over and, like, plows it straight in, and then it was just like... He said, you should have went after my hand, and...
did he say hand or neck?
No, he said you should have went for the hand. That's what I'm thinking, because The whole point
I figured, like,
of this movie in Thanos' eyes is he's trying to eliminate half of the universe. That's the whole reason he's getting the stones. And he even references he could do it at a snap of a finger if he had all the stones. And that's exactly what he does. Snap.
Yeah.
And everything kind of whitewashes and he comes back.
Yeah, and then, like, the glove is all torched. Like, the glove looks like it's been disintegrated.
And, well, he still has the stones.
Well, yeah, but the glove looks fried.
And he kind of, like, goes...
And then he, like, kind of, like... he kind of is, like... Boop, and then, like, disappears like he's been doing.
And leaves everybody, but you slowly see people back on Titan, you know, on Earth or whatever, like, kind of disintegrate or whatever. They don't just, like, keel over, like, I'm dead. Or whatever, it's just like gone.
Yeah, like almost like you blow a daffodil when it's all white, and you're like, I don't know, is that what they were called? A dandelion?
Dandelion, yeah.
Yeah, a dandelion.
But Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Star-Lord,
basically
Drax.
like the entire Guardians of the Galaxy except for Rocket.
Yeah, except even Groot.
Groot went.
Yep. I still think maybe Gamora might not be dead, but who knows?
Well, no, Gamora was thrown off the cliff.
Yeah, oh, dude, I don't buy that she's dead from now.
What's her name? Her sister's alive though.
Yeah. What I noticed was the original Avengers are fine. Yeah. They're all still there.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like, you kind of fucked up, Thanos. Because they're all, like, they're the cohesive unit, or whatever. They've all
I think that's
together.
Why everybody disappeared except for them.
Well, I mean, as far as storytelling purposes.
I guess this is the perfect storm that Strange wanted to happen.
Yeah.
He wanted to make sure that, you know, the core crew was there.
And, yeah, you kind of see, you know, like, Thanos kind of sitting off in the sunset. He could have had like a couple beers and, you know, some peanuts or whatever, because he was just chilling, you know, sunset, job done. And, you know, it really sets it up for this second movie very well.
Okay, I was a little confused at the scene where he sees baby Gamora, though. And she goes, "Did you get what you want?" And he said, "Yeah." And she said, "What was the cost?" And he said, "Everything."
Yeah.
And
I think he was just seeing that in his mind.
And then we see, well, what was it? Couldn't that be inside the Soul Gem? Because, like, isn't there like a pocket universe inside of the Soul Gem?
Right.
And like that's why Gamora would be there, because like aren't people associated with the Soul Gem? Like, there's a piece of them trapped inside.
Maybe. I mean, that's some deeper comic book stuff that really they haven't even touched, and really that's more like some Adam Warlock stuff. But
because then it's like, was he one of the people that died as the other half, and then he was just saved by the Soul Stone? That's kind of like,
well, who?
Thanos.
I don't know. Oh, I think he's definitely one of the people who were not.
No, I think one of the people who did die, and that's why he ended up in the Soul Stone, and then like resurrected through it. Right? It's like, isn't that like a power of the Soul Stone? We don't know enough about the Soul Stone in the movies.
Yeah,
but
I think that's a little bit far fetched. I don't think he was eliminated in the people who. I mean, I'm saying he did come back. Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think so. I think that just sounds far-fetched. It does not sound far-fetched that Gamora would be in that Soul Stone, though. That could be a way that she comes back. But,
okay.
You know, the end of the movie, they kind of touch on Nick Fury and Maria Hill on Earth as as half the universe is being eliminated, or, whatever.
Planes are falling out of the sky, trucks are just, like, running red lights.
And he has just enough time to hit a button on this like little like receiver he has, and he drops it down. You see the symbol for Captain Marvel,
and by that we mean that Fury and the woman are gone.
Yeah, They get disintegrated
they
just
get
like everybody else. And Captain Marvel, I think where Captain Marvel is something called Sword, which is up in space. It's basically, basically SHIELD for the outer space. So I'm really interested in seeing where they go with this, because the next Avengers movie is slated for about next year at this time. I'm pretty sure Captain Marvel is going to be before that.
Oh, 100%. I think Captain Marvel's like this summer.
So we'll see where
I'm excited.
If that ties in with that at all. I would really like to see Captain Marvel in this next movie. Maybe Wonder Man, who is like association with Vision, and maybe also Adam Warlock. I would like to see in the next movie, but in my opinion, because
we saw technically the birth of Adam like movies ago after the end credit scenes, but it was just the fact that there was a being inside of that coffin thing.
Yeah, and they basically called it him.
Oh, I thought they called it him? I thought they called it Adam.
Maybe, but I know in the comics here it was originally called him.
Okay.
But this next movie that comes out, the Avengers 4, might be the greatest movie of all time.
Oh, yeah.
If it's set, like, the way they set this up for this next movie is to set that next movie up to be the greatest movie ever. And we'll just see. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what actually happens. We all thought
Infinity War was going to be the greatest movie ever.
And it was
an amazing movie.
Great movie, but it was very much, in my opinion, a setup movie.
Yes.
For the next movie.
As awesome as it was, as great as the battle scenes were, as well as all the characters worked together and everything flowed so effortlessly, everything seems like it was just a big tee-up.
Yeah.
And it moved so quickly.
Yeah, it really did its job as far as a setup movie. And, what I'm going to talk about next is not necessarily the movie, but the environment of the movie. Because
as far as inside the theater?
Yeah. The people in the movie theater really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
They were clapping whenever when Captain America showed up. They were clapping. When Iron Man showed, Doctor Strange.
I actually went opening weekend, and I don't usually do that, and the place was packed.
And Black Panther, they were clapping. People literally were crying at the end when Spider-Man died.
You had a much better theater experience than I did.
But no, I mean, it was super crazy though too, because people were talking during the whole movie, and it was just a very I could tell just by the reaction of the people. It was a really good movie.
It was a hit.
Yeah, it wasn't just me liking the movie; it was everybody. But
that's just our opinion.
Yeah,
tell us what you think.
We'll leave it. That's our MOPO. What's yours? Let us know what you think about the movie, and please like, share, subscribe, comment, because it is all matter of personal opinion.
It's all MOPO.
Thanks for listening.